All right, when the draft starts, the Jaguars won't be on the clock until 17 unless they do something crazy. We got 1010XL's Frank Frangie here. Frank, the Jaguars have a couple of directions they could go with that first pick because there are a few positions on the roster you want to hit. I know a lot of the crowd favorites are wide receiver and corner.
Yeah, I would think when you have a good team, and I've been saying this, you want to fill the few holes you have left when you're kind of on the cusp, and I think they are. So I think cornerback for sure. I do think wide receiver, although I'm not sure that guy starts right away. And certainly you can't have enough edge rushers. That's one thing we haven't talked about a lot. You have to find more edge rushers. I'm not sure there's enough on the roster. I love the way their 4-3 is going to look when they start the game, but I think you need more guys there. So, yeah, corner, wide receiver, and edge, even more than offensive front for me.
You know, it's interesting, Frank, how the tables have kind of turned, or the pendulum has swung over the course of the draft process. Early on, a lot of Jaguars fans said, oh, you got to build the line. They need big guys. If it's not a big guy, it's a problem. Now it's completely swung the other direction. A lot of people want those perimeter players, those edge guys, a wide receiver or a corner. The trenches. Yeah. You can never go wrong with getting a big guy, whether it be on the offensive line or the defensive line or an edge player.
And I think that's going to happen, Jamal, in the draft. I think they're going to take some big people. They need depth on the offensive front. I think they need depth in the interior on the defensive front. So they're going to take big people. But I don't think out of the gate. Again, I think they're a team built, man. They're pretty close. I think they're 4 or 5 players away now from making a real run at this thing, and it starts with the guy who's going to play a lot. The player that would play them, in my opinion, the player that will play the most is the new cornerback. When you know they're taking one at some point, I think the new cornerback is going to play the most, and that's why I'm kind of focusing on that. But you're right. Bulk matters, man. Guys in the middle matter, and they haven't been as physical as they'd like to be, and they were very open about that.
All right, everybody's kind of putting Ronald Darby underneath this, like, I guess, microscope at this point. What are the odds you think he can hold on to that starting job, even if it's just to start the season?
Ronald Darby's a veteran. He's been around. He's played on a lot of teams. He knows how to play. He's going to be on the football team. Whether he's a starting outside corner, whether they pick a corner at 17 and that guy beats out Darby and Darby's kind of the rotational guy, Ronald Darby knows how to play and is going to play a lot of football for them. That's why he's played on so many teams and been such a good player for them. But I don't know that he necessarily starts. I don't know that he needs to necessarily start. I think he's going to be an outside corner, not a slot. I think they went and got Darnell Savage to play inside. They were very clear about that. So I think Darby plays a lot of football, Jamal. I don't know that he starts. My guess would be the hope is if you draft a guy at 17, and who knows if that's what they're going to do, but if they take a corner at 17, the hope is that that guy wins the job.
All right, we'll have more draft coverage coming your way tomorrow during our News for Jags draft special starting at 7 o'clock right here on Channel 4. That'll do it for sports.